And that's another thing. I know.
God.
Right? I know. So that's why I think this movie really did, like, as much as I didn't like it, it evoked a lot for me. Like, it really, I was just like, and then I just kind of have a question. Maybe this is a good poll question. Do all old men just become narcissists? Because I feel like the older men get, the more narcissistic they get. Like, all they want to do is tell you these stories about themselves and what they've done and their achievements. And I see it in, like, a lot of the older men I know, minus my grandpa, who was the best. But
I was going to say, not my grandpa.
Yeah, not my grandpa. But, like, my dad, my stepdad, my husband's dad. I'm like, as you get older, do you just, like, lose awareness that other people and their thoughts and their achievements and their lives exist?
Well, yeah, I wonder. I mean, I don't think women seem to be that way. Grandmas seem to be kind of different in a sense. My grandma...
Well, we're not allowed to be narcissists.
Well,
we're not. Well, okay. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like as I see more men get older, I just see them all becoming like, I don't want to hear all the stuff you've done in your life. I didn't ask you. Why are you telling me?
Well, I think it's because they don't have anything new going on, so they rely a lot on the past.
Shut up.
But then what fun is that to just be sitting there? You know what I mean?
Fun for me.
It's not just fun for them. That's good.
Anyway, I don't have much more to say about this movie. Let's hear the rest of your notes.
All right. My only other note is, I have a couple other ones that was like, this man has damaged these kids. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously damaged them. And then at one point I was like, this whining, oh my God, these people are so annoying. They're so annoying. And I get it. Like, they're complaining about him and this, and there was like a whole movement. I did like the fact that they kind of came together. Yeah. And I feel like every Adam Sandler movie has him sort of having a fight. Like, him and Matthews start into this fight and they're rolling around on the ground outside of that, you know, the art opening thing. I feel like that's an Adam Sandler thing. But also, all the people in the background, nobody paid any attention to this fight. True. Like, they were all back there like, doo-doo-doo, we don't see this going on over here. And I was just like, what? Nobody notices this? Like, you wouldn't be like, I would be so into other people's business. I'd be like, why are these people fighting? What's going on?
Jim would probably like get a bag of popcorn and start cheering.
Right? You gotta find your joy.
Yeah. That is interesting. Yeah, no one paid attention. Yeah. And then they had to go make those awkward speeches at their dancing with like their bloody noses and stuff. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then my other note was, this girl's a freaky weirdo filmmaker, because the second video was worse than the first one. And I was just like, but my very last note
I can see it.
I want my life back.
I saw it. I see it. I see him reading it, and I said, if he does not say that note, I have to say fine.
I want my life back. I got done, and I was like, I feel like I've been emotionally abused.
See, and I didn't feel that way. To me, I felt like it was the imagery of like a therapy session I've had before. Because I really related in the kids' feelings towards their father. So I don't know, maybe there's some left.
I mean, I think mine's different. I mean, I had, I grew up with my stepfather. He was my dad. And then when I got older and I was like 20, I decided to meet my real father, and that didn't ever go so well. Which I don't know why. I mean, as a kid, you expect it to be different, right? So I knew after therapy that I had unrealistic expectations no matter who it was going to be, right? That this person couldn't live up to all the things that I wanted them to be. But to have them be such a letdown on the other side of it with their care or concern. And at some point, I just got to the point where I'm okay with that, right? Like, I did all I can do. I tried to make this relationship work. I tried to put into it, but it's a two-way street.
Absolutely.
And if at some point you just reach the point where you have enough, that's okay, right? Yeah. Like, he's passed away since, so I'm not speaking ill of someone that's not around, but if he was still around and he called me up, I would talk to him, because like you said, it is your dad, right? Yeah. If he tried to make amends, I would probably give him that opportunity. But I'm also like, you didn't bother for so long. Why now, right? And even when he was sick and dying, he didn't even bother to take the time to try and make things right. So then why should I sit here and shed a tear and be so upset and concerned or feel horrible about that? I don't.
Yeah.
you know? And I feel like sometimes saying that, I feel like I sound mean, but I'm just like,
No.
there's got to be a point where you protect yourself and your own.
And we've talked about this. So like I have an older sister, and my dad, like I said, you know, obviously has a very strange relationship from my mom. He's remarried, has a strange relationship from my mom. He's estranged from my sister as well. And my sister has often said to me, like, how can you spend time with him? All he does is talk about himself, and he like asks no questions. And I agree with her. I totally do.
I think a lot of people are like that though too.
Yeah, but I don't hang out with those people. Like I literally don't.
I generally don't either, but I generally, when you go and you start hanging out with someone or you talk to them and you're just like, the minute you start talking about yourself and they have to go, or they change the subject back to them, and I'm just like, it's so irritating, the amount of people that don't invest. And I make an effort. I'm not perfect.
No, you are good at this. I know what you're going to say.
I do make an effort to try and like be engaging, to understand other people, see how they are. And it just annoys me when you don't get that back. And when you don't get that back, I'm real quick to be like, you know what, I'm done.
But so the interesting thing, going back to that, is that so my sister said I'm done, right? Yeah. So she hasn't talked to him for like a million years, and she says she doesn't miss him at all, and it hasn't taken away from her life. So like, what's wrong with me? That I still make an effort and I still do all that. Like, and
I don't think there's anything wrong with you.
And granted, I've toned it down a lot. Like, I used to make such an effort. Like, if my dad wanted to come visit me with the kids, I would like push other plans out of the way. I'd do whatever I had to do to make it the most convenient weekend for him and all that stuff. And now I don't. I'm like, listen, I don't have time. Sorry, you'll have to find another time. So I think I've toned it down. But it is an interesting dynamic with parents and kids that even if you have, that's not me farting, by the way. That is this dog snorting. That even if you have,
sure was.
There's a dog next to me snorting. That even if you have this parent that like isn't interested in you, you still try so hard to like include them and make them happy and make them proud of you. And it's just such a weird dynamic. Hang on, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to just take a minute because I can't just leave him. Okay. Oh, if anyone wants to know, this is Milo.
It's Milo. Say hi, Milo.
Milo also wants 2.5 hours of his life back last night.
Right.
Oh, Milo.
Milo sat on the couch with me the whole time, looking at me like, why are you watching
For
this?
those of you who are not watching us and you're listening to us, you're probably hearing a lot of interesting noises. Milo is a Frenchie, hence the snorting. Oh, he's such a baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, what would you give this movie? Like a thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down?
So you're a thumbs down for me.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs like 30 degree because I didn't like it, but I think it was well made.
Okay.
Like, I think the movie itself was well made. I didn't.
Did he die in the end?
Well, we don't know.
No, we don't know. But then when she went to find his thing and then she's like, there he is, that made me think he was dead.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I honestly didn't even think about it.
But I was just like, why don't I know? Like, we went through this whole thing about this man and everything, and we don't know whether he lived or he died. Was there supposed to be a sequel, and it was just so bad that they didn't do a sequel?
I was just going to say, if there is a sequel, I'm not watching it.
Right?
Because then I'll need therapy to really... I'm sorry. I'm not
like you're supposed to put my dog on the table. That's not how this works. We don't do this at home. You're giving him bad behaviors.
Oh, I love him. All right. Hey, okay. The next movie we're watching... Wait, our poll question is going to be, is your dad also a narcissist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah.
Our next, so that's our poll question. Is your dad also a narcissist? And then the next movie we're watching is, I don't remember its name, but I know it's Strippers.
It's Strippers. It's on Netflix. And right now I can't remember its name either.
It's Chad Michael Murray. Chad Michael Murray? See him?
I don't know.
From One Tree Hill?
I didn't get that far into it. I just saw it on Netflix and said, oh, we should watch this one because it's got strippers.
It's the Netflix one because it's got strippers.
It's Christmas. That's why it's Christmas.
It's Christmas with strippers. That also makes me think that I have the next movie after this that we're going to watch. But
okay. I'm not watching Magic Mike.
It's not Magic Mike. Okay. Milo is yawning and saying, hurry up. So next film is a Netflix movie with male strippers called...
I don't know. It's not.
Is it Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas or something like that, right?
We should really know what movies we're watching.
We should know what we're doing, but we don't. We fly by the seat of our pants here. So
sure, that's great. Jolly Christmas or something like that. All I know, guys dancing, shirts off. What Christmas dreams are made of. And we'll talk to you
I'm Googling it.
Oh, okay.
Netflix Christmas strippers.
Yeah. Google that. Google that.
I shouldn't do this on my work phone.
Just Google it. Hurry up, let's go with it.
Here it is.
How many?
The Merry Gentleman.
The Merry Gentleman.
There you go. The Merry Gentleman is what we're watching. Chad Michael Murray strips to save Christmas in Netflix Merry Gentleman trailer.
What is Christmas without a stripper?
There's another one on there too that looks interesting, which is the Snowman hunk one, which has got the guy from Schitt's Creek, the veterinarian.
Oh, I was going to be like, I don't really need to see him.
The veterinarian, Tad, or whatever his name is.
Okay, well, let's watch the Chad Michael Murray one first because I love One Tree Hill. But either way, we might be taking 1 week off. Jim feels the need to see family for the holidays. Whatever. But the next one is going to be the Christmas strippers, and we'll tell you how it is. And make sure you go answer our poll if your dad, too, is a narcissist or if he's not and he's a normal human being. Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.